Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's OpenONU Go call. Thanks for joining. As usual, the call is public and recorded and will be shared live on YouTube. So please be mindful of the comments you make and the information you share. So before going to any of the pre-existing topics, I wanted to do a little bit of a JIRA review because we are approaching code freeze for the 2.10 release, which is going to be the 10th of June, which is the end of next week. And thus, I wanted to just take a few minutes to get a look at these 5 JIRA tickets that we have open and understand what we need to do with them. So if you don't mind, bear with me for a second and we'll go through these. Because I went through all of them and I understood most of them, and like I need to decide what needs to be done. But yeah, so okay. So the first one, this is a generic epic, and these are kind of all of the elements that are under here would need to be reviewed. But the key ones that I wanted to check what the status is this one. So this was reported by Amit, and I am not sure if this is still the case. Does anybody know?
What is meant? Is it an equipment ID or what is meant here?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't have enough context for this. I just don't know what it refers to. I don't know what it means. I just don't have a clue.
No, actually, the ONU module is identified by the triple. It is the vendor ID, the equipment ID, and the software version, and all these 3 dates are retrieved via OMSI during startup of the ONU, and this should work actually. This should be set.
Okay. Holger, would you mind if I assign this to you? You take a look, and worst case, you close it.
Okay.
If it's instead, if some implementation needs to be done, just comment on it. Don't do it. We'll reassess. We'll reassess. Thanks. Because I believe it's implemented, and I believe it should not be anymore. But we just need to check.
Actually, it is a precondition of our whole MIB template concept, for example.
Yes, exactly. So even to me, it makes little sense that this is not implemented. But again, I don't know. I'm raising my hands and saying it was reported. Maybe Amit has a point. Let's check. Okay, good. The next one is so I'll just set this one to in progress because the check should take no time. Okay, the next one is improve relaxed decode attributes in MIB upload response next, and this is really for Chip. He's not on the call, but maybe somebody knows something. Otherwise, I'll ping him this on the chat after the meeting.
Currently, we have some kind of proof there in the MIB upload, so it is not we are not getting into trouble. We will continue MIB upload even if you receive table attributes during the MIB upload, but it is not handled appropriately.
Okay, so what you're saying is that we will continue. There will be no issue in the implementation per se, but
we probably use this data for this MIB upload. This table upload, table attributes.
Okay. Fine. Let's see what Chip has to say, and then we can discuss it further. I believe this one to be fixed. I don't even know why I put it here, but this is fixed. I wanted to check with Amit, and he usually is on these calls, he's just not on this one. So that's good.
Andrea, I just noticed that with the tech profile that they have for FTTP subscriber traffic, we might have some issues, but it's not really in the OpenOLT adapter, but something in the agent. If you see this pbit mapping, pbit 7 is not mapping to any particular gem port.
Yeah.
But I think there is a check in agent that when the flow is replicated, it has to be replicated across all gem ports, mapping to at least one gem port.
Okay, so Girish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign this to you and reopen it. And what you can do is...
well, the changes in the adapter itself is fine, but I might open a new Jira for agent.
Exactly. What I'm saying is open a new Jira, and when that one is open, link it to this one and close this one. But I wanted this to be tracked. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The quick, just a note on that. I have uploaded a newer version that Amit sent me today of the.
I saw that.
FTTB. So we need to try that, but that's not really related to this call. So maybe we can discuss later. Okay, perfect. And this is interesting. I have no clue if this is solved or not. It was done a real long time ago, and we actually never got to test it lately. Holger, unless you have done it, Holger, and we can close this.
Can you go up and show the title? What was it?
Yes.
No, HTTPS. I think there was an. I don't know if you have to retest it, but probably there's no provider using this. I don't know. What
I don't think that anybody's using it with HTTPS, but I would like to test it. Let me put it this way.
Okay, then we can't be sure that it's not that we will not see it. I think. Do we have the possibility to test it on an ONF pod with an HTTPS server?
That would be a little. We don't have enough pods right now that I can mess with. Let me put it this way. And Girish and Theo bringing up the pods in Hillsborough next week. So the short answer is no, long answer is maybe.
How about is it possible to test this in BBSIM? I mean, it shouldn't be related to hardware ports.
That could be done, but would mean modifying BBSIM to have HTTPS support.
I see. So trying with the HTTPS link, I mean, how would the certificates? I don't know. So how would the adapter be aware of the certificates that it has to use for HTTPS?
So actually, the whole thing was because I think one tester thought that he has to use HTTPS, but there was a lack of communication. Yeah. That's why I tried. I think that was a problem.
So but maybe my thinking is instead of actually implementing it, which to me makes little sense because of the certificates, because of all of this, why don't we instead make a check that if the URL we get is HTTPS, we just say, nope, sorry, can do. What about that?
Okay.
Yeah, that should be fairly simple. That should be fairly simple. Holger, do you want to take all it, or maybe I can do it? That should be fairly. That's just something I can do.
I can also do it. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll leave it up to you. Thanks a lot. Okay, perfect. Then we actually got a few of these done, which is great. So this one is done. And I forgot what this one was. Okay, yeah, this one is done as well. And the one we need from Chip is still open. Yeah.
I think there's when you go into it again,
well.
then you will see the one the Jira which I fixed this. I don't know if is there a link in this.
No.
Because I linked this one from vol 4706.
Floor 706. This one? Oh yeah.
The one tolerate table attributes and Vim upload. Exactly, that's the one which introduces toleration. Actually, it's a workaround.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Thanks. Awesome. Okay. There is one request that came in from Deutsche Telekom a while ago by Mike, and he reported it, and I just never had the time to spend anything on it, and I think it flew under our radar. We didn't really know exactly what was going on, so I just want to check with the folks here on the next steps on this.
Actually, we already have such a capability in I think it is described in the documents in Google that you can grab for certain strings, this RX and TX message strings, and then post-process them with existing scripts, and then you would have a file for the Wireshark. You remember this?
Yes. What Mike is asking is that there is less of a manual process to it, and what he was requesting is that if we could have a specific adapter that has we could bake in some of these scripts in the adapter image and do that somehow. This is what we can say is no, sorry, not in 2.10. We can just move it to 2.11, and you guys can work the design with Mike and understand exactly what and how this would need to be implemented. Okay.
Probably he want to have a file which right away can be processed by Wireshark or something like this.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do this and just put a comment in there saying comment, this needs further design and understanding of the output file requirements. Needs to be done in 2.11.
Maybe also link the document that we already have.
Yes.
Maybe that would suffice what Mike needs. If not, then maybe we could investigate.
Please review the way you can cut CI packets here. Okay.
Actually, if you need any OMCI capture file, I can share with you. if you don't have.
No. It's not about it's not about the files. It's about the way to capture them.
Okay. I just want to share to be example for Mike.
No, I think he has them as well.
Sorry.
No, thanks, Ozzy. That's fine. Trace packet across components. Here. This is it. So let me just put it down. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So this, I'll just call it done. Okay. Memory leak long-term tests. I have personally no update on this. We are looking at starting that OLT thing because of the changes that were there were some changes that we need to do to support the reconciling tests that were failing for the OLT adapter. So that's something that we are looking at implementing. But other than that, we had made little progress on anything here, unless Girish has something to add, or anybody.
How is you're talking about the rolling upgrade?
Yeah. So here, as you can see, there is a topic that says possibly run it on more elements, and I just said, yeah, we'll do it on the OLT adapter, but all of this is going to be moved to 2.11. The extended to delete all the 1024 looked after some time in memory, just garbage collection. All of this is not going to be done in 2.10.
Okay.
And regarding the issues in the test, I have not spent any time looking at it. Holger, Torsten, maybe you guys have done so. I don't know. Any update from your end?
I would like to say something at the end in the
okay,
member list.
Fine. Okay, fine. Then maybe what I can do is I can take it out from here, and we can talk about it in the test side. I have, and also this one. Oh, Girish, is it still valid? Do we still need to work on this?
As actual state not visible during. Yeah, I just totally forgot about this. What is this?
If you don't know, I would not know.
I think I recall, but I have not done anything on this.
Okay, but question, do we need this for 2.10?
I don't think so.
Okay, then let me move it to 2.11 and remove it from the agenda. I'll leave you on it, but most likely you're not going to work on it, but that's okay. Okay, right. Okay, on the extended message format, I think we have great news from Holger, actually. So Holger, take it away.
Yeah, I also, beside of MIP upload, I also delivered software upgrade implementation for extended OMSI message set, but and also tested this with BBSIM. But I would prefer actually to test the software upgrade via extended format with the real hardware before finally merging it. But on the first place, or on the first look, I haven't found an ONU which could support this. Actually, also the data sheets are not very concrete in this matter. So I also checked, for example, the Zatran ONU with Zatran OLT, and it seems so that they are still using baseline message set, but I don't know if the ONU would support this. So I don't know how we should proceed here. What is your opinion?
My take is that given that you have worked on it and you have tested it with an implementation in BBSIM that is according to the expected standard, what I think we should do is we should proceed with merging this, because the expected messages are the one that are going to get exchanged. What we do is we clearly state that we have not tested this on an ONU in our release notes. Okay. And that what this means to me, it means that per our understanding of the OpenOMCI spec, we are compliant. And that should be the case for the ONU as well. Then when we start testing, when somebody comes up and starts testing it because they have an ONU, well, then there are two options. One, the ONU works and then we're good. Two, the ONU doesn't work. And then we have to figure out if we did something wrong, which according to the spec we shouldn't, or if they did something wrong, which is most likely that, because according to the spec we would be good to go. What do you think?
Okay, when you put this restriction in, then I'm fine with it.
Okay, just please do one thing: remove the work in progress from your patch, and add this note to the commit message. Something along the lines of, this has been tested on BBSIM, which is the expected OpenOMCI specification. When tested with an ONU, please report your findings, period. Something like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's great.
That means you will not include this hint to the release note, right? Or
I will also include it in the release note. I still have to make those release notes. Okay. So I'll make them. I'll send them around. And if you don't see it, please remind me to put it in.
Okay.
I will have a lot on my plate. So if I forgot about something, just feel free to remind me. I'll put let me actually do this. I'll put a comment and a note to myself so I get an email and I can remember about this.
Okay.
Plus Andrea. Okay. Sign to me. Sign. Great. Done. Perfect. Do you have an update on this stuff from Chip? I forgot.
Not yet. No.
Okay. Fine. Okay. And the testing, we're going to talk about it later, right, Torsten? Well, right after.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Let me then move it. Here. There we go. Okay. Okay, Torsten, take it away.
Oh, okay. To the first topic, I have no progress because I'm the second day after out of office here again.
Okay.
So let me go over my reminder list. Yes, I tried to prevent the multiple add and remove of subscribers in different scenarios. In one, we chatted about it with Andrea, and this is not so resolved in the test, but it's something to do in the OLT app, as I understand, right, Andrea?
Sorry.
Multi-uni.
Oh, this one.
Text. Yes.
Yes. So yeah, that's actually an issue that was hidden before, and it appears because of this, because of some changes that I made, and it can also be seen because of the multiple add and remove. And the issue is really that the ONU disable and ONU reboot and OLT disabled are difficult to distinguish at honest at this point of time. I started a few implementation. I don't have a right way forward. So actually next week, I'm going to see Girish and Matteo, and I'm just going to sit down with them and have a face-to-face discussion on this, because I have to explain it to them in a way that's clear. And then we make a decision on how to proceed there. So I'll keep you posted on this. But Thorsten, you don't have to work on this anymore.
Yes, that's right. But I have to make 2 further patches. One is still work in progress patch. There's a little thing in utils where I prevent multiple add of the same subscribers. It has to be tested in the future, and then I have to check. It's also the case where we have multi-UDITEC, because there we get the wrong reason state from ONU. It's a little bit difficult to describe here, but Holger and me analyzed it, and I think I have to implement a further check that we get the right state and reason of the ONU adapter.
Which test is this?
Yeah,
so
sorry.
The same?
We discussed it before the vacation, and I would like to start tomorrow. I have to check it again tomorrow, and will in the next meeting I have more information, or maybe it's already solved there.
Okay, sounds good.
I have to sort it my ideas. Okay,
yeah, sounds good.
But overall, the pipelines looks good so far, but still we have some issues. It's already discussed here. You can go hanging resources in ONUs. This is still open, Andrea. I didn't see it in the last 2 days, but
yeah, same here. I have not seen it. It doesn't mean it went away. It's just something that it does not appear that often. And I have not seen it in a way that I can reproduce it in a good manner. Like, it's very difficult to, that's what I'm saying. It's difficult to reproduce. I cannot reproduce it locally, so it's effectively impossible to debug. And it mostly happens after other things have already failed, at least in my observing of it. So my take is that it has been at least reduced with my patch. And so I think we can close it and see after code freeze if it happens again.
So we can do so.
Let me check just the story here. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll leave the story open, but I'll remove it from here. Because I know what I will keep only the bugs. So this is considered to be a bug, and I will keep it into Node 10.
The pending flows I saw tomorrow morning.
Yes.
In
In the
memory
memory
leak
leak.
test.
Yes.
Yes.
At the 30th something iteration. Again, this is almost impossible to reproduce locally. I've taken a look at the logs, and there's really nothing that it seems to be the cause of this. We've been discussing with Theo, and it seems that it is possible that the OLT app is getting slower, and thus provisioning the flows happens at a slower pace, and thus it's an issue. But our take was that we will not spend any resources on this because we will replace ONUS. Volta will replace ONUS in the next upcoming releases. So given that to us it looks like an ONUS issue, we'll just not work on it. Same for this one, actually. These two, at least to our understanding, are related, and it seems to be due to a fact that ONUS slows down. And both of them are in the memory leak tests. So that is our assessment. I'll make sure that Theo maybe updates the Jira on it. So we might have what I'll do is I'll put a comment on this one saying we will most likely release with this known issue given that ONUS. Does that sound? And when it fails, it fails.
Okay.
Not the best, but given the resources and time constraints and the fact that we are most likely not going to work on it, I don't know who could pick it up. I think it's fine. Not exactly fine, but acceptable, I guess. Unless somebody has something to say.
Okay, and the last one, the initial download is stuck. I never saw it again.
Okay.
But
it was.
It's like the two above. We don't know why.
Girish, have you taken a look at this one? It was thought that maybe.
No, I have not taken a look at this.
But we're not seeing it anymore, right, Thorsten?
Right, but I checked only the last 2 days, not the last week. But
okay, so let's.
If it appears again, then we can discuss again. Else we can.
Let's leave it open. Let's leave it open.
Yes.
And I'll put a comment in here saying something like, "Not seen in the past few days as of 0106. Of 0106. Let's see. In the past few days of 0106, will re-evaluate if seen again."
Yes,
okay.
And then we can remove the 2 cases part, because the second part is we discussed already, verify ONU soft reboot. So we can remove this one also.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay. And the BBSIM issue, don't know if Theo will.
So he took a look at it, and the thing is that he said how that it's again hard to reproduce. It happens once every 30 times. So his take is he's still working on it, but fairly lower priority than many other things, and we'll see what. I guess it's a call we'll make after code freeze if we can make it or not. I'll ask him an update today at stand up on at stand up.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, fine.
And the last one is the test we were talking about before, about the MIB upload and the speed test.
Yes.
Any update here?
No, Holger and me discussed a little bit about this, and after I fixed the 2 issues I mentioned before, I will go to this point and write some tests and agreed with Holger.
Okay. Do you expect these to be ready by June the 10th, or do you expect this to come in after June 10th?
Oh, it depends on the one issue I have to solve first.
Okay.
If it takes only 1 or 2 days, maybe we can have the first test till the 10th.
Okay.
June. If not, it's hard to say it here.
Okay, it's fine. No problem. We can just wait and see if it comes. It comes. I'm okay.
Andrea, actually, we are talking about, or we can also include here the software upgrade issue. What do you think would be more important to test, software upgrade or MIB upload?
The software upgrade, you mean the HTTPS?
No, these tests are referring to the extended ONSI stuff, and
yes.
Actually for both scenarios, we could only test that we are much faster than with a baseline format. This could be that we could test the web upload that is much faster, and also the software upload and software upgrade. And that's why if you would prioritize, if you would have to prioritize an area until the June of 10th, what would you choose?
My choice would probably fall in the MIB upload, because that's something we do often, and especially if you don't provide a template, that is something that needs to be done. If I had to choose, but I would like to open up the floor and see if anybody has any preference. I'd be okay with both. That's fine.
I think Thorsten will prepare both tests anyway, but actually I don't know if he will be able to manage it until the 10th of June.
Yeah. And so why I say that the 10th of June to me is not like a strict element for testing. But what I want, what the difference is that if it gets in before the 10th of June and we discover a bug, we still have code freeze time to fix that bug. But if it comes in after June 10th and we have a bug, we might have to make it a non-critical test, because we said code freeze is June 10th, so even testing should be frozen on June 10th. I would be okay accepting it, but if it causes any unwanted, unenvisioned problems, it would need to be just turned off.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I think aside from that, we are in a pretty good shape. Anything that anybody wants to bring up? That was the last item on my agenda.
The 2.10 won't be a long-term release, right?
No, that is not the plan. It won't be a long-term release. It might become so if the community decides that they want to make it a long-term release, but we have not. as far as plans go, it will not be. If anything changes, we can reevaluate.
Because I'm asking for necessity to support 2.8. How long we have to support 2.8?
In principle, for the next 6 months. Fortunately, we have seen very little activity on 2.8, which is good.
Yeah,
in the sense that the tests pass and we are good. Yeah, in principle, we should support it until next 6 months, so up until December 2022. But it might be that we don't. It might be that we decide to call 2.10 LTS and drop support for 2.8, because the one LTS support is still going to be kept. Keep in mind that this is not a decision I will make, because it's gonna be, it's looking at the project after my leadership term ends. So
up to the TST, or
it will probably be up to the TST. Yes, this is a topic that will need to be brought up in the TST and discussed.
Okay, see.
Okay, anything else
Yes.
that you guys want to bring up? Yeah, go ahead.
One short point in the DT pod in Berlin with Atra and OLT. We have only one issue with the SSH client exception timeout. Who will care about this? I don't know the reason why. And
let me check. Just give me 1 second. You're talking about this failure?
yes.
This one?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Ooh. Data play in 30 seconds.
I have seen this fail on other hardware platform too. I have no clue. I mean, I mostly believe that this is not an issue in the stack.
There's nothing with the stuff of ONF or us. It's something, don't know why it's
Okay, let me
no.
Okay. I was about to say let me look into this, but I'm going on personal time off tomorrow. So most likely, to me, what this is happening is that it's trying to execute into this container, but it doesn't find the TCP dump, or the version of TCP dump that is reported is like not working. So it's most likely some issue related to that. It's an easy test.
No, I don't think so. It's that. I mean, it's not receiving any capture or any traffic. Running this command.
But it's going in SSH client exception.
Timeout in 30 seconds. I think it timed out running this. I don't know. Probably we could run this command, on that setup. Once all the flows are set up.
Yeah, that's what I'm. But not even. I mean, we could just like. Well, yeah, sure. Maybe Girish, would you like to take a look at this? It should be fairly quick. I would do it. Unfortunately, I'm on personal time off until the 6th, and the 7th is like 1 day, and then the 8th I'm coming to the US. So I don't want to commit to something I might not be able to take a look at.
Yeah, I put it on my backlog and take a look when I can.
In any case, I would not worry about this, Thorsten. I mean, thanks for bringing it up.
It's the only issue in this pipeline, and it's still permanently there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so annoying to see one failure. I understand. So let me try to take a look as soon as I can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry. There are some test cases failing for soft rolling upgrade. I might have some fixes for that. I have a patch already on the read-write core. I need to do more tests. I'll request Ken for a review, and I hope we can merge that soon and see the rolling upgrade tests passing.
Okay, great. That's awesome, Gidesh. Thanks for taking care of those. Okay, anything else that anybody wants to bring up? No? Okay, then if not, thanks everybody for joining. We'll talk again in 2 weeks from now. Actually, that might be a little bit of an issue because 2 weeks from now, we will have an offsite from ONF. Okay, maybe actually let's do next week. I will move the meeting. So we actually have 2 meetings before the release, which is better than 1. Okay. I'll work on that. I'll take an action item on myself. Okay. Thanks everybody. Talk to you later. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.